Hello everybody, my name is Miguel Sanchez, and welcome to the series premiere of Logo Evolution, a brand new series in which I'm doing in association with the Audiovisual Identity Database, or AVID for short. For this first episode of the series, we're going to be taking a look at the legendary studio that's turning 100 years old this year. Today, we are taking a look at Walt Disney Pictures. Now, this is going to be a long video, and I won't be reading all the trivia facts for you. So if you want to read the trivia, you can pause at any time. But for right now, it's go time. Without further ado, let's get started. First, let's take a look at the description of Walt Disney Pictures. Walt Disney Pictures, branded and credited as Disney since 2011, is an American film production studio owned by the Walt Disney Company. The studio is the flagship producer of live-action feature films and is based at the Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, California. Animated films produced by Walt Disney Animation Studios, Pixar Animation Studios, and the former Disney Toon Studios are also released under the studio banner. Originally reorganized as Walt Disney Productions, now the Walt Disney Company, as the live-action division of Disney, today is one of Hollywood's major film studios. When Walt Disney died of cancer on December 16, 1966, his brother Roy O. Disney took over Walt Disney Productions and oversaw the release of films such as The Jungle Book, The Happiest Millionaire, and Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Roy died from a stroke in 1971, shortly after the opening of Walt Disney World. Walt's son-in-law, Ron Miller, began running the studio with the help of Walt and Roy's associates, Carl Walker and Don Tatum. This era of leadership at Disney is widely associated with a series of ambitious live-action flops such as The Black Hole and Tron, though most of these films have since gained a cult following. Despite Disney's live-action struggles, the animation unit continued to have success with films such as Robin Hood. During his tenure, Miller established Touchstone Pictures and rebranded the live-action film division as Walt Disney Pictures. In 1983, when Buena Vista was rebranded to Buena Vista Pictures Distribution, with its opening card being dropped in favor of a simple in-credit text. In 1984, a corporate takeover was led by Walt's nephew, Roy E. Disney, led to Michael Eisner and Frank Welch, who died in a helicopter crash in 1994, taking over the company. After the failure of The Black Cauldron, Eisner and Welch revived the struggling animation division, now helmed by Roy E. Disney with their new project, The Little Mermaid, which led to the Disney Renaissance through the 1990s. In 1995, Disney began distributing films made by Pixar, buying the company outright in 2006. Disney retired the Buena Vista brand on films in 2007, with Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures taking its place. In 2011, the film division's name was abbreviated, now referred to simply as Disney. Note, prior to 1983, there was no proper on-screen Walt Disney Pictures logo. Instead, a simple Walt Disney Productions Presents credit was used. And now, without any further ado, let's get started. This is their first logo. It was used from October 7th, 1983 to December 25th, 1998. The logo reads, just text reading Walt Disney Pictures, but applied differently depending on the movie. The FX and SFX is none. Music and sounds, the beginning of the movie's theme, on a far-off place in The Three Musketeers, as well as Mighty Joe Young, only at the end of the film, it's silent. Availability, see him on some Disney movies from this era for the era. Here's their next logo. This is their second logo. It was used from June 21st, 1985 to December 12th, 2006. Then it was seen again on November 12th, 2019. The logo reads, on a blue gradient background, a shower of light descends from the top of the screen, forming a stylized segment of Cinderella/Sleeping Beauty Castle. The segments seem to be spaced farther apart by the time the light reaches the bottom. Through the main gate of the castle, a white ball of light forms, then extends out to form the words Walt Disney in a familiar corporate Disney logo font. With the word Pictures in Lupinin graph book font fades in underneath. A ball of light appears on the right side of the castle and draws a circular line over it. Three main variants of this are known. From June 21st, 1985 to November 17th, 1989, the castle is a lavender white gradient, and the background is indigo. However, some prints of the Black Cauldron show the castle in a impure white. Subsequent versions of this variant show the castle in a light blue/white gradient. In this variant, the semicircular line is drawn all the way to the bottom left. Also, there is a pause after the initial glow before the shower of light descends, and the flash from the castle gate starts immediately after the castle has before it. From April to August 3rd, 1990 to April 14th, 2006, the castle is now sky blue, and the background is a shady blue gradient. In this version, the semicircular line ends just above the W from Walt Disney. From February 15, 2002 to December 12, 2006, similar to the 1990 variant, but the background is solid blue, and a seventh flag is added to the right of the castle. This variant appeared exclusively on films produced by Disney 2 Studios. Here's the trivia. Here's the effects and SFX, cell animation, which was done by the animation department of Walt Disney Productions, which is now known as Walt Disney Animation Studios. Music and sounds. A rendition of Winning Wish Upon a Star, originally from Pinocchio. It opens with a chorus singing with a quiet brass rendition of the song's first bar, alongside sparkles invoking pixie dust, followed by an uprising flute and what sounds like a reverse cymbal crash. Then a full orchestral finish of the song's first bar, ending with a flute/recorder at the very end. This was arranged by John Debney, sometimes in a silent or the opening theme to the movie. Availability. This was very common during its 21 years of use, but not as much anymore due to extensive plastering of the 2006 logo and later prints of the company's core titles, although it still isn't too hard to spot these days. Legacy. Easily one of the most beloved logos out there, due to its longevity and appearing at the front of a myriad of classic films. This is their third logo, only seen on April 15, 1988. The logo reads, on a blue/cadet blue black/cadet blue background, gradient background, the regular Walt Disney script in a textured baby blue hue writes itself on screen, just like the 1986 Walt Disney Home Video logo. The word Pictures fades in below the script in a Times font, with each of the letters spaced out. A dot of light appears below the script and extends to form a line between the script and text. Effects and SFX, typical animation for the time period. Music and sounds, none. Availability, ultra rare. Legacy, an oddity since it was only used on one film, albeit the end. This is their fourth logo, which is a Pixar exclusive variant, used from November 19, 1995 to June 29, 2007. The logo reads, on a blue background, the camera flies out underneath a CGI castle in silver and light blue, with flags flapping the top. When the logo zooms out, the logo proceeds as normal, but the Walt Disney text is more three-dimensional, and the ball of light is drawing the line over the castle drops what seems to be pixie dust, which is much lower than the 2D logo than the second logo. The trivia is on your screen. This is pretty much a CGI remake of the second logo, although the way the castle appears is much different. FX and SFX, excellent CGI animation from Pixar themselves, who also animated their own logo. Music and fan sounds. A bombastic fanfare composed by Randy Newman based on Annie's Birthday, opening from the Legacy Collection complete score album from the Toy Story soundtrack, who would later score the 30-second version of Operation Pull Toy used on Toy Story 4 with the 6 logo. Availability. This was common during its usage, but it's uncommon nowadays due to mostly being plastered with the 6 logo. Legacy, a CGI update of the second logo, which is fondly remembered by fans of older Pixar films. This is their fifth logo, used from May 19, 2000 to April 14, 2006. The logo reads, on a black background, we see the orange text, Walt Disney Pictures, wiping in from left to right. Then we see an orange light / flare shining on the logo, illuminating it with a trail effect that rises from the top of the letters E and Y in Disney, making its way around to reveal the castle in metallic orange. The entire logo wipes away as soon as the light trail effect illuminates away. Effects and effects, CGI effects, which are rather unique for their time. Music and sounds, none, or the opening / closing theme of the movie. Availability, very common. This is their 6th logo, which has been in use since June 24, 2006. The logo reads, we see a view of a night sky with the stars somewhere on the screen and the clouds on the bottom. We then start flying down through the clouds with the camera. We then pan with the camera down to a very clear view of a river, including a sailboat, with a train running down a railroad track and some buildings nearby. We then fly with the camera past a flag with the Disney coat of arms and pan down as we see some fireworks going off, only to find the castle completely redone in CGI. The fireworks are almost finished when we almost reach a comfortable position in front of the castle. When the fireworks finish, a very small dot appears way closer to the castle and then moves to the right side. It then draws a line over the castle, leaving behind pixie dust. Walt Disney, in its distinctive albeit somewhat altered script font, alongside pictures, or in later years just Disney, fades in front of the castle. Here's the trivia on screen. If you want to look at it, skip to pause any time. FX and SFX, amazing CGI animation done by Weta FX in collaboration with U+Co. Music and sounds, a piano / string or piece in which brass instruments join in and build into an orchestration rendition of When You Wish Upon a Star, written and composed by Mark Mangina, and co-arranged and orchestrated by David Metzger, which is completely different from the second logo. The production of the music was overseen by then president of Walt Disney Music, Chris Monten. Firecracker sound effects are heard when the fireworks go off. An alternate version of this fanfare is something different, having louder and clearer sound effects. This all closes out with a loud, bombastic drum roll orchestral note. This theme would eventually be reorchestrated for the next logo. Availability, current and extremely common, but it is currently in the process of being phased out in favor of the next logo. This was used in tandem with the second logo until December 12, 2006, and the fourth logo until June 29, 2007. Legacy, considered a rightfully iconic logo. However, it has gained some infamy among some for its continual plastering of Disney's previous logos. Outside the logo community, it is also regarded as symbolism for the company's sheer size and force over the industry, for better or for worse. Nonetheless, this is still a favorite of many. This is their 7th logo, which has been in use since December 9th, 2022. The logo reads, it starts off with an enhanced version of the night sky from the previous logo, which turns out to be reflected in a river as the largest star jumps out of the river, causing the scene to ripple around it, a la the current Paramount Pictures logo. Instead of panning down, the camera pans up and zooms past an updated version of the river and buildings as the train passes by on a bridge, now a waterfall, trees, and other elements as we follow the star around the landscape. Once the camera gets into the waterfall, we pan up to reveal a metallic Cinderella castle from the back before the star flies across it and fills it with color. The camera rotates to the left and then works its way to the front of the castle, similar to the 20th Century Studios logos since 1994, while multiple colored fireworks are seen going off from all directions. The camera then reaches its standard position, revealing a new sunrise/sunset background and a new river, and the arc, now wider, brighter, and colored in blue, draws from the left of the castle rather than from the right, with the star twinkling when it reaches its highest point as the coloring of the castle is finished. As the camera slowly zooms out, the Disney script right in, which is once again in the 1985 font, along with a 100 with the 2 zeros resembling an infinity symbol, in a similar fashion next to it as the camera comes to a stop before the logo fades out. Here's the trivia on screen. If you want to look at it, if you want to read it for yourself, pause now. FX and SFX, entirely done in CGI animation. That's even better than before. This was all created by Industrial Light and Magic, or ILM, in collaboration with Disney Studios content. Music and sounds. A longer and a reorchestrated version of When You Wish Upon a Star theme from the previous logo, composed by Christoph Beck. We also hear the sound of a whistling train as the train passes by, as well as the sounds of the waterfall rushing as we get close to it. The fireworks sounds are also made louder. At the last note, which is held longer, we also hear a choir singing and a 3-note orchestral tune, followed by an ascending tune, ending in an orchestral hit. Availability brand new. A legacy. Many consider it a love letter to Disney's filmography and an appropriate successor to the previous logo, especially with their upcoming 100th anniversary and the studio's 40th anniversary. And that's the evolution of Walt Disney Pictures. What do you guys think? Be sure to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this episode of Logo Evolution. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, share this video with your friends, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, turn on notifications to not miss a new video. Please subscribe with notifications to not miss a new video from me, as we're on the road to 3,100 subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Logo Evolution. Next time on Logo Evolution, we'll be taking a look at Disney's sister studio, the one that previously started at 20th Century Fox, but went on to become a different name, rather than becoming just 20th Century Fox. For episode 2, we'll be taking a look at 20th Century Studios. That's next time on Logo Evolution. Special thanks to the Audiovisual Identity Database for helping us out with this episode. Link to it will be in the description down below. For now, we thank you for watching. Again, thanks for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Laters!